This is Carson TV News, your capital city news source.
Hello and welcome to Carson TV News. I'm Taylor Radke, standing in for Courtney Bloomer this week. Our top story, Nevada Governor Brian Sandoval joined more than 24 soldiers, airmen, sheriff's deputies, firefighters, and families Saturday to pay respects by jogging in a memorial run in Carson City. The run was to commemorate the 4 victims who died at the International House of Pancakes shooting on September 6, 2011. Shooting survivor Sergeant First Class Jeremy Mock and General Michael Hannafin, commander of the Nevada Guard, led the pack of runners and walkers on the 5K route from the restaurant to the Guard complex on Fairview Drive. 3 years ago, September 6, 2011, Nevada Guardsman Lieutenant Colonel Heath Kelly, Master Sergeant Christian Rigi, and Sergeant First Class Miranda McElhaney and civilian Florence Donovan Gunderson of South Lake Tahoe were killed in a shooting rampage in which the mentally ill gunman took his own life.
My name is Major Laura Ellen Boldry, and I live here in Carson City, Nevada. I've been a part of the Nevada Army Guard for the last 15 years. Lieutenant Colonel Kelly, Heath Kelly, Master Sergeant Rigi, and Sergeant First Class McElhaney all worked with me. I knew each one of them personally, and that day of September 6th definitely affected all of us. I started running 3 years ago, and last year everybody else wanted to run with me. That's when I started organizing this event, and I just believe it's a way for Carson City to heal, for some of the National Guard members who knew these soldiers, and for all of us to be able to bond together over this day that was so tragic for all of us.
This was the first memorial run for Governor Sandoval. 3 months after the shooting, Sandoval and Carson City Sheriff Ken Furlong were the first ones in line when IHOP reopened, a significant moment as the Nevada Guard and the Carson City community were still coming to terms with what happened.
Tell us what kind of an impact this will have. 6,500 jobs eventually, potentially coming to this northern Nevada region.
Phil, I got to tell you, it's huge, and I can't tell you how excited I am to hear what the governor has to say this afternoon, because this could turn the page, and probably will turn the page for economic diversification in Carson City in particular, and in our little region in
You're
general.
primarily, state government is the main employer up in this area, but you've got healthcare services and a few other industries. This is a chance to really move into a new area, correct?
Well, this is a huge chance to do that. Healthcare is a big issue. State government's a big issue here. But we also have an industrial air park here where that's a big employer base, and Carson City is looking to diversify its own economy, and we look forward to companies like Tesla, if Tesla's the one that's coming, and I have every reason to believe it is. That's just tremendous.
The governor announced this past week that Nevada has been declared the winner in the multi-state competition for the building of the 10 million square foot gigafactory to produce batteries for Tesla. Once completed, the factory is expected to employ some 6,500 people. At a recent Downtown Business Association meeting, Lee Plemmel spoke on the usage of tax monies in respect to the downtown corridor. Public meetings will be held Tuesday, September 16th at the Community Center Sierra Room at 2 times, noon and 5:30 p.m. Plans for downtown include wider sidewalks and enhanced landscaping. The plans will implement the vision for downtown that was adopted with the city's master plan in 2006. The Carson Street Improvement Project is part of an overall plan to revitalize the commercial corridors throughout Carson City. The improvements will be funded through 1/8 of a cent sales tax revenues, as approved by the Board of Supervisors in April of this year. Other money from the sales tax will be used for construction projects, to build a new animal services facility, a new multi-purpose athletic center, and community center improvements. Design on the downtown corridor is expected to continue through 2015 with construction into 2016. For those of you who cannot attend, one of the meetings will be televised live and rebroadcast on Government Channel 191. The world's greatest luau and kids auction was held Sunday at Mills Park in Carson City. The annual event is the biggest fundraiser of the year for the Boys and Girls Club of Western Nevada and was attended by more than 800 people, including Mayor Bob Kroll, Carson City supervisors, attorneys, doctors, business leaders, political candidates, and philanthropists. Do you have fruit trees in your yard? Is there fruit possibly going to waste? Fruit Barons has a service you may be interested in.
My name is Tom Henderson, and with me today is Gianna Shirk. Several years ago, I formed a company, tree service, and providing pruning services to residents in Carson City and surrounding communities. And we noticed that a lot of the fruit on the trees was dropping to the ground and going to the waste. And so about 4 years ago, Gianna and I formed a volunteer group called the Fruit Barons, and we've been organizing groups to pick fruit during the fruiting season.
What we do is we like to coordinate volunteers within the community. It's a very family-friendly event, harvesting trees in the city. This year we're starting what we like to call our neighborhood harvesting groups. And what we're going to do is encourage neighborhoods throughout our community to get together and sponsor their local fruit-bearing trees on their block or in their small neighborhood. What we would like to do is offer the tools and supplies that Healthy Trees has gathered over the years. We have harvesting ladders, fruit picking poles, a number of climbing apparatuses, correct?
Yes.
That we would like to donate when you are picking within your community. I'd like to tell you about a local community event we have going on this year due to the bountiful harvest of apples we'll be having this year. Saturday, October 25th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Greenhouse Garden Center in Carson City. We are having a cider press event. We will have a mulcher and a cider press, and we'd like to encourage you to bring your washed, untreated, worm-free apples to our event. If you'd like to contact me, my contact information will be on the screen. I can help you with your local volunteer, community, neighborhood harvesting events, and if you'd like more information about how you can help with the Fruit Barons.
And if you'd like to contact certified arborist for services, but mostly related to the Fruit Barons, you can call myself, Tom Henderson, at 224-3827, or you can reach us online at www.healthytreesonline.com. You can also reach us by email at healthytrees@att.net.
September is National Preparedness Month. Carson City Health and Human Services, in collaboration with Carson City Emergency Management, housed at Carson City Fire Department, is partnering with Home Depot to provide the 3rd annual Build an Emergency Preparedness Kit workshop that will take place on Saturday, September 13th at 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Residents that participate in this free event will receive essential items such as a flashlight, first aid kit, and a checklist to include additional supplies. Here's Star Nixdorf with this week's Health and Wellness segment.
Hi, Star Nixdorf here with Paradise Salon Spa and Wellness. Today we're going to talk about how meals can make or break your health goals. There's a little measuring stick that you have at your disposal. It's called the rule of hand. It's very simple. When you look at your hand, now if you're a small woman, it might be a small hand, and if you're a very tall gentleman, it might be a very big hand. This tells you what portion size you should be eating. When you look at this, this should be the vegetables that are on your plate. You look at this, and this is the amount of starch. Say a potato, or maybe it's about a cup to a half a cup of whole grain rice, pasta. And when you look at the palm of the hand and just the palm of the hand without the fingers, this thick and about this big, that's the serving of protein that should be on your plate. And hopefully it's very lean protein that's low in fat. They're finding lots of reasons to eat organic and free range. So that's your rule of hand. Very simple. Vegetables on your plate, starch, potatoes, including your bread serving, and the amount of protein that you should be consuming at any meal is the size of your palm without your fingers. Simple. The rule of hand. Next, let's say you're out at a party and someone has an amazing spread. It's Christmas or it's Thanksgiving, and so you're feasting. So now what do you do when you've had 8 servings of grains and 4 servings of proteins and maybe 6 servings of vegetables throughout the course of maybe a week of partying? This is the little trick that I like the best. It's called feast, then fast. And so the day that follows having all that food to eat, you cut back on the calories. You still want to have some so that you keep your energy levels high, but start it off with a good breakfast. Breakfast is probably what sets up your whole day, and maybe you'll want to skip dinner. It's pretty simple. Feast, then fast. That's trick number 2. And the third trick that I have for you are snacks. So you keep that energy level up. I really like snacks that are pre-measured because you know that this is 200 calories. And almonds are a great snack because they have oils that help satiate your hunger. There's protein, good fiber, and you're pretty certain that this came from a plant and not a manufacturing plant. This is a great little snack to have in your purse or in your glove box, or if you're a guy, in your gym bag that you can quickly grab. And then the second thing, water. Drink water. Now some of you know or have the belief that plastic is bad for you, so carry your water in a glass container if you think the plastic's bad. But this is easy to grab, throw in your bag, and take with you. And it's a great way to curb hunger pangs because being hungry is a symptom of thirst. It's pretty simple. That's my tips for today on meals. And you can come see me at Paradise or visit any personal trainer or dietitian if you feel like you need help with what to eat. It's pretty simple. The rule of hand, feast, then fast, and have good snacks. Have a great life.
And now some information about real estate sales from Garrett Lapierre.
Hi, I'm Garrett Lapierre, local real estate agent here in Carson City with Century 21 Jim Wilson Realty. Today, we're going to talk about what are the different types of sales in real estate. So what's a regular sale, what's a short sale, and what's a foreclosure, and what does that mean to you, the consumer? So I find that this is probably one of the biggest questions that I get when I'm out in the field every day. What is a short sale, and what is a foreclosure, and how do I buy them, and what does it mean to me? So a short sale is where a homeowner owes more on the property than what the property is actually worth. And what they're trying to do is get their bank that gave them the original loan to take less money on that and take the market value of what it's worth today. There's a process that has to be gone through in order for that to happen. And the best thing I can tell you is there is nothing short about short sales. The homeowner has to provide a lot of financial documentation, things such as tax returns, pay stubs, bank statements, to prove to the bank that they do not have the ability to continue to make the payments. And then the bank is going to figure out what they think the property is worth by having their own appraisal done. And as long as that appraisal falls within the range of what the buyer is willing to pay for the property, you can usually make the deal happen. What I tell my clients is if you don't have 90 days to wait for the bank to say yes or no to your offer, just don't even look at them. That's kind of the time frame that you're going to look at. You could get lucky and have it be a little sooner, and it also certainly could take a little bit longer. Now, foreclosure sales is where the bank has actually already foreclosed on the client and taken back the property and they own it. So there is no providing financial documentations, there's no kicking the seller out or anything like that. All of those things have been done already. And the bank has set the price based on an appraisal or a comparative market analysis that was done by the agent that they use to sell their properties. The nice part about buying a foreclosure is that the response time is much better. So if you make an offer on Monday, you can typically expect to have an answer back by Friday. On a short sale, it could be, 3 months, 6 months, just depends. Okay? On a foreclosure and short sales, really, the biggest thing to remember is these are as-is sales. You're more than welcome to get all the inspections that you want to get, and you always should. I don't care whether you're buying a short sale, foreclosure, regular sale, spend the money to get an inspection done, both a home inspection and a pest inspection. If you're going to spend $100,000, $200,000 on a property, spend $300 on an inspection. On the foreclosures, the bank encourages you to get the inspections done, but they will not pay for any repairs. That being said, the bank does try to, in most cases, does try to head off any potential problems up front, and I'm seeing a lot of banks put new carpet and put new paint inside these properties already before even putting them on the market. As a buyer, there's a big misconception that you can go in and get a house for 50 cents on the dollar or 20 cents on the dollar. Unfortunately, that's just not the case. There were some good deals to be had several years ago, and I still think there's some good deals out there now, but you're just not going to steal anything from anybody. These banks know what their properties and their assets are worth, and they're not going to sell them for 50 cents on the dollar. The important thing to you as a consumer is to find an agent who knows the ins and outs of all these different types of sales. You're going to save yourself a lot of time and a lot of headache by having someone who is who's up to par on their knowledge on how a short sale works, how a foreclosure works, and quite frankly, how a regular sale works as well. Once again, we encourage you to send in your tips and questions that you would like to see us cover here at Carson TV News. Thank you, and make it a great day.
September marks the 50th anniversary of the Wilderness Act. What's not to love about Nevada's wildlands? Take your kids to the Nevada State Museum on September 13th to learn how to set up a tent, camp safely, and leave no trace at the museum's Family Fun Saturday from 10 to 3. Then, on September 25th from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m., learn from the Mother of Wilderness, Marge Sill, how the Great Basin National Park and other treasures came to be protected. Each year, the Foundation for the Betterment of Carson City Parks and Recreation, in conjunction with Carson City Parks and Rec Department, recognizes individuals and groups who contribute to the vitality of the community in Carson City's recreational environment. Nominations are being accepted for individuals, organizations, and businesses to be recognized in 2014 for their contributions to Carson City's parks and recreation. The selected names will be added to the memorial wall at the entrance of the Pony Express Pavilion at Mills Park, followed by an awards ceremony there on Tuesday, October 21st, 2014 at 4:30 p.m. Get your calendars out and mark September 22nd, 25th, 29th, and 30th for the League of Women Voters election forums. In conjunction with Sierra Nevada Forums and American Association of University Women, the election forums to be held at the Carson City Community Center Sierra Room will present both candidates for races and proposition questions that will be on the ballot for the general election on November 4th. The public is invited to attend these forums in person or watch on Charter Cable 191 or simulcast on CarsonTV.org government channel. Doors open at 5:30 and the forum begins at 6 p.m. each evening. More information can be found at www.lwvnn.org. Early voting begins on October 18th. The last day for early voting is Friday, October 31st. The early voting location is the first floor on the County Courthouse, 885 East Musser Street. The Carson Chamber Singers and Carson City Symphony Chorus are beginning their new season. Rehearsals are on Tuesday evenings at First Baptist Church, 1750 North Mountain Street in Carson City. Each group will perform 2 or more concerts in this season. The Carson City Chamber Singers has openings for tenors and basses by addition. the Carson City Symphony Chorus is open to all singers, high school age through adults. The first performance of the season will be a Nevada 150 concert on Sunday, October 26 at 4 p.m. in the Carson City Community Center. Choristers who are interested in auditioning should contact the director at the number shown at the bottom of the screen. Here's youth reporter Kit on buskers helping make Carson City a friendly place.
But busking today means that we get Boone to sing the blues. Hey, Boone, do you want to meet Boone over here on thing? Or can we go over there? Boone, do you want to try it? You want to sing the blues? You want to do your blues show? Okay, let's do it. Let's do the, I got the empty dinner dish blues. You want to do it? That was pretty good, buddy. That was good. That was good, boy.
Hi, I'm Kate, reporter for Carson TV, and that was a perfect example of busking. If you want to find more information and learn about this fascinating art form, then just watch the documentary Find Your Way down at the Brewery Arts Center. I'm Kit.
Thank you, Kit. A new musical event that will happen weekly is described by Mary Kay Offrance, fondly known as Minnie. She has an invitation to all musicians and those who like to listen.
Musicians and music lovers, come out and be part of the Brewery Arts Center Tuneville session Under the Stars. We'll be picking on the patio from 6 to 8 p.m. on Friday evenings. This is a give what you can and play fundraiser for the Brewery Arts Center. Bring a chair and an acoustic instrument like a guitar, mandolin, banjo, fiddle, accordion, penny whistle, flute, maracas, or an Irish drum. Foodie's Bistro is on hand for dinner or libations. It's Tuneville Under the Stars, 6 to 8 p.m. Friday nights at 449 West King Street.
Lastly, there's a full moon on Monday, September 8th. 30 residents will get to take a moonlit walk and learn about the history of Washoe Valley. There's no charge for the program, but there is a $5 vehicle entrance fee for Nevada residents. For more information, call 687-4319 or email at washoelake@hdISS.net. That's the news for this week. I'm Taylor Radke. Thank you for watching.